Donald Trump has pulled off one of the most dramatic U-turns of his political career, softening his hardline on H-1B visas. This isn't a small tweak. This is the same Trump who attacked H-1B in the first term and imposed a $100,000 fee in his second. His MAGA base is even more radical. It wants the H-1B program killed in its entirety. And it hates the idea of non-white, especially Indian professionals entering their country for work, and it believes that these jobs are being stolen from Americans. Yet now, there is an H-1B civil war happening in the White House, and Trump is debating in favor of high-skilled immigration, even if that sends his supporters into a spiraling meltdown. So what triggered this change? Why does it make MAGA so angry? What's the civil war all about? And what is the realization that finally set in for Trump? This is Shubhangi Sharma and you're watching Fine Point. Let's dive in. Let's start with the moment that sent Trump's MAGA base into a frenzy. Trump stood in front of global investors and said this.
You can't come in, open up a massive computer chip factory for billions and billions of dollars like is being done in Arizona and think you're going to hire people off an unemployment line to run it. They're going to have to bring thousands of people with them, and I'm going to welcome those people.
Then he adds the line that sent his base into a meltdown.
I love my conservative friends. I love MAGA, but this is MAGA. And those people are going to teach our people how to make computer chips.
A week ago, in an interview with Laura Ingraham of Fox News, he said the same thing rather bluntly. She asked if the H-1B visa is not going to be a priority for his administration. She said, "You cannot raise wages for Americans if you are flooding the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers." To which Trump replied, "I agree, but you also have to bring in talent." But Laura insisted, "We have plenty of talented people here." To which Trump said the groundbreaking words, "No, you don't. No, you don't." And then he went on, "You don't have certain talents and people have to learn. You cannot take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you in a factory and we are going to make missiles." That was the pivot, the U-turn. This was the first on-air admission that America lacks the skilled workforce it needs. The blunt acknowledgement that if America wants chip fabs, EV plants, missile factories, and advanced manufacturing, it needs H-1B workers. It needs foreign workers. And that overwhelmingly includes Indians, who make up 70 to 75% of all H-1B visas. But to understand why he said this, you have to rewind. In September this year, Trump issued an executive order slapping a $100,000 fee on every new H-1B application. A visa that once cost a few $1,000s suddenly becomes a six-figure expense. MAGA influencers celebrated. They called it a win for American workers. But in Silicon Valley, at the Pentagon, inside manufacturing companies, alarms went off. Because America simply does not have enough engineers. And not just IT engineers. Chip engineers, missile engineers, robotics engineers, AI engineers, people who know how to run a fab, calibrate a lithography machine, build a guidance system, or even set up automobile manufacturing. Companies want, if the fee stays, they will offshore even more work to countries like India, the very outcome that MAGA claims to hate. A study by the National Bureau of Economic Research backs them up. When skilled visas are restricted, innovation doesn't stop. It moves abroad. And that's the collision point. Trump's base wants a closed labor market. Trump's economic agenda, though, requires an open one, at least for highly skilled talent, but not restricted to it. Now here's why the realization finally happened. Three forces boxed Trump in. First, the business community. Trump has been quietly reconciling with Elon Musk, who runs companies that depend heavily on foreign engineers. Tesla, SpaceX, XAI, has been an influential voice in the background. His message has been brutally simple. America cannot win the AI race without the world's best minds. The world's best minds overwhelmingly come from abroad, and shutting the door means ceding the future to China. The timing of Trump's H-1B repositioning and the Musk thaw is no coincidence as well. But it is not just Musk. Every major sector told Trump the same thing. We cannot hire Americans who don't exist yet. New chip fabs being built in Arizona, Ohio, Texas require thousands of trained engineers immediately. Without them, America falls behind China. Without them, Elon Musk cannot hire for SpaceX or Tesla. Without them, foreign manufacturers cannot even think of building factories in the US. And without them, America's manufacturing renaissance, something that Trump promised, collapses before it even begins. Now the second reason, Silicon Valley's direct warning. CEOs like Satya Nadella, Tim Cook, Sundar Pichai, and of course Elon Musk, who has recently reconciled with Trump, all deliver the same message. You cannot build the future of American industry without foreign talent, and Indians are very much part of that package. And the numbers are overwhelming. Indians are issued 3 out of 4 H-1B visas, that's around 75%. 63% of India's STEM graduates specialize in engineering or tech, and over 70% of America's AI and chip engineering talent pipeline is foreign-born. And the third reason now, Trump had to pay heed to the global competition. China has launched its own K visa to recruit foreign scientists. Canada is aggressively targeting H-1B workers and offering fast-track residency. Israel, Singapore, UAE are all poaching AI researchers. If the US closes doors, the talent simply walks somewhere else and innovation walks with it. Trump realizes this now. His base does not, or it does not want to just yet. Trump's shift triggered an immediate revolt. Laura Loomer, Jack Posobiec, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Steve Bannon, Robbie Starbuck, these are all champions of the MAGA movement. But they all lashed out. This is not about economics for them, it's cultural, identity-driven, it's xenophobic. A worldview where immigration, even high-skilled, even temporary, is a threat to American purity. They don't care about a semiconductor engineer from Bangalore training 500 Americans in Ohio, or a South Korean engineer running a Hyundai manufacturing unit in Georgia. For them, the presence of these foreigners itself is unacceptable, and Trump just told them directly that America needs these people. That nativist wing cannot stomach two facts. One, the US simply does not produce enough engineers. And two, American exceptionalism is impossible without international talent. Their nationalism is rooted in cultural defensiveness, not economic realism, which is why they cannot accept what CEOs, economists, and even Trump now admit: America needs skilled foreign workers to build the industries it claims to champion. And there's a civil war ongoing inside the White House when it comes to this issue. The Daily Signal reports a split inside the administration. One faction wants to kill H-1B completely. The other wants to reform abuses but preserve elite talent. But both factions agree on one thing. Trump personally likes the H-1B concept for exceptional workers. Now, the $100,000 fee creates chaos. It makes hiring foreign engineers more expensive in the US and cheaper to hire them in India or elsewhere. It boosts offshoring abroad and it punishes startups the most. Big companies can absorb the cost, but smaller innovators cannot. Which brings us to the question, are exemptions coming? Almost certainly, yes. Because Trump and his MAGA base can't have both at the same time. One, make everything in America, forcing both American and foreign companies to build units in America. And two, ban foreign workers who make that possible, be it for their talent or their effect on wages. Trump supporters think these goals coexist. Businesses know that they don't. And Trump just admitted that they don't. Trump's U-turn on high-skilled immigration exposes a hard truth. Industrial nationalism beats cultural nationalism. When forced to choose between MAGA ideology and the actual workforce required to build missile systems and 3-nanometer chips, Trump chose the workforce. He had no other choice, and here's what it means now for India. This is the moment India should be paying attention. American companies are already building research and development hubs in India. Offshoring will increase if visas stay expensive. India can capture a massive wave of investment and talent retention. Brain drain can become brain circulation. At the end of the day, India should remember this. Our engineers, our high-skilled professionals, our STEM researchers are essential to the future of global industry. We should cherish them, invest in them, build around them, because the world, even Trump's America, has conceded that they do matter.